What's up to all you dads out there and everybody that's listening in to support our podcast and the Father's Rights Movement? We appreciate you all every single time that you come on, every time you share, every time you comment, every time you follow. Thank you so much for your support. So, this first episode, we're really just going to kind of go over the basic guidelines of what we want from the podcast, what we'll have on the podcast, what we plan to achieve from the podcast. So we're going to start out, and I'm going to talk about what father's rights advocacy actually is. So father's rights advocacy is a movement that seeks to address issues related to the rights of fathers in various legal and social contexts, particularly in family law matters. While the focus is often on ensuring fathers have equal parenting rights and responsibilities, this also extends to issues such as custody battles, child support, visitation rights, and parental alienation. It's important to note that the advocacy of fathers' rights does not diminish the mother's rights or the best interests of the child. Rather, it aims for fairness and equality in family law proceedings. I'd just like to say that again. We are not here to take away mother's rights. We're here to advocate for father's rights and equal shared parenting. Okay? So, first thing we're going to talk about is laws and rights. So, these are just some basic overviews of what things are. We're not diving into anything deep today. So, first off, child custody laws, and what are they? Child custody laws, they vary by jurisdiction, but many places recognize the importance of shared parenting. Some states have moved towards a presumption of joint custody unless it is proven to be detrimental to the child. 20 of the 50 states now believe this. Next would be parental alienation. Some jurisdictions acknowledge parental alienation as a serious concern. Parental alienation occurs when one parent tries to turn the child against the other parent, leading to strained relationships or sometimes no relationship at all. Another thing is going to be child support guidelines. Child support laws often take into account the income of both parents and the amount of time each spends with the child. Advocates often seek fair and reasonable child support arrangements if there's one even needed. Sometimes there's not. So something else we're going to be doing on the podcast is we're going to have stories of people standing up for their rights for their children. Men and women will both participate in this. Sometimes it might be the uncle of someone. Sometimes it'll be a lawyer. Sometimes it will be a politician, litigators, people that can make changes in these worlds. So shared custody success is my main storyline for us. I want everybody to know that you're not alone. And there are other people out there that are going through this stuff. Because when I've been through it, I know that I felt very alone. And I have huge support behind me for my parents and my friends, the people that truly know me. So, stories abound where fathers have successfully advocated for and gained shared custody of their children. These cases often involve demonstrating the ability to provide a stable and loving environment for the child. There's a lot of other stuff that kind of goes into these things per state. And we will have a series called The 50 States. It's going to go over each individual's laws and jurisdictions. Another part of the stories we're going to be hearing is parental alienation cases. Some fathers share their experience of battling parental alienation in court and successfully reconnecting with their children. Legal interventions and counseling may play crucial roles in resolving such cases, and people are going to want to get on here and talk about that. And guys, girls, it's going to get sad. It's going to get happy. There's going to be a lot of emotions that are going to play into all of these people that are on here. And even when it's just me talking. another big part is going to be policy advocacy. Fathers' rights groups and individuals often engage in policy advocacy to bring about legislative change. This might involve working with lawmakers to reform family law systems to better reflect the diverse needs of modern families. That's really our overall goal of the podcast, is awareness and change. So part of standing up for fathers' rights is going to be helping you all understand things such as legal representation. Okay? Engaging in competent legal representation familiar with family law. This is something a skilled attorney can advocate for fathers' rights effectively in court. And a lot of you don't know, you can represent yourself in court. So part of what we want to do is to educate you all on how to do this. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I will inform you of many different things and strategies that you might be able to use. Now, it is of my opinion that if you have the ability to retain a lawyer, do it. There is no public attorney that will help you in family law, which is something that needs to be changed in all 50 states. If criminal defense is important, well, let's get down to it, people. Statistically, in broken families, they create quite a bit of criminals. So, if we can get ahead of this and have proper parenting, shared equal rights, this should definitely quell that issue, right? Not always, of course. There's all kinds of different things that go into that. But they should help in some form or manner. So we will educate you. We will help you understand the family laws in your jurisdiction. Knowledge empowers you all to make informed decisions and present strong cases on your own, or even when you're talking to your lawyer. You can say, well, I like that, I don't like that, this is what I believe, this is what I know, and you can bounce things off. You don't want to just hire a lawyer and just let them do whatever they're going to do. You need to be educated on these things also, okay? So we're going to build a support system, and we are going to work with a lot of other fathers' rights groups. And I suggest that you all do the same. Reach out to people that you know, join fathers' groups, or seek support from your friends and family. Emotional support can be crucial during challenging legal battles. And I tell you what, you can't do this stuff on your own. If you do, power to you. You are a very strong individual, and you should stand up and you should be very proud of what you can do. But most of us need other people. I know I did, and I continue to. I continue to have feelings that I need to speak through, whether that's with my lawyer or my friends or a therapist. I suggest that everybody talks to a therapist, whether you believe you're healthy or not. You could be an amazing person. You probably still need a therapist to talk to. Okay, so the next thing is documenting everything. Keeping detailed records of your involvement in your child's life, including visitation schedules, communication with other parents, and in any instances of interference. Okay, the court wants you to keep a book of these things. In my opinion, I think this is, for lack of a better word, petty. When you keep a giant binder, or however you're going to store the things, of negativity, you will fuel negativity. You will create issues. You will continue to be angry. And overall, the goal is to be there for the kids, not to find reasons for the other parent to not be around. So, if you do keep one of these logs, please keep a log of positive things also, because everybody has them. And those are the things that we need to be focusing on as parents. Both sides. The next thing I'm going to ask you all to do is to stay committed. These kids need you all. If you know you're a good dad, or even a decent father, if you know that you should have your children in your life, you have got to stand up for these kids. They can't stand up for themselves. And if the other parent is abusive and alienating and many other things that they could be doing, those kids need you even more. Please stand up. Fathers often face obstacles in court, but persistence is key, everyone. Stay committed to your child's well-being and your role as a parent. I promise it will benefit you in the long run. You need to be there for your kids. And I know most of you all want to. So it's important to approach father's rights advocacy with a focus in the best interests of the child. Every family situation is unique, and legal outcomes can vary. Seeking professional advice and support is crucial in navigating the complexities of the law. Now, I'd like to wrap this up and make a point in saying again that yes, this is all about fathers' rights, but in the end, what we want is equal shared rights between both parents in all 50 states of the United States and all over the entire world. Another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to try to create a fund that people can donate to, so men and women that need legal representation but cannot afford it can apply, and we can provide it. I know that that could make a world of difference for everyone out there. My financial woes of paying a lawyer have been extremely excessive. They even are right now. Today, I'm going to have to cut a check to my lawyer. It's not easy, especially in this world with fathers. So, that's going to be wrapping up the first episode. Those are kind of the things that we're going to be going for. And I really appreciate everybody if you would please like, share, and represent us in any possible way that you can. Anyone out there that's feeling alone and needs someone to speak to, reach out. Private message me. I will speak to you. I will help you. I will advocate for you. It's part of the reason why I'm here, everyone. So we're going to be working on like a call sign and an introduction and a signing out and all that stuff that everybody's got on these podcasts these days that helps keep things interesting, right? So right now, what I'd like to say again is thank you, and it's time to go eat some steak. So you all have a great night and listen in, and thank you so much for being there for not only you and yourself, but your children and everyone else that's involved in this process.